boy Benny. Ever seen some of those old film noir detective movies from like the 1950s, right? Dick Tracy, the Humphrey Bogart kind of like hard-boiled cop thing where he goes, just the facts, ma'am, right? Sitting there smoking a cigarette in the office. Private detective, just the facts, ma'am. Let's do our best on this one, because this is a very interesting one. Just the facts. Let's talk about just the facts of Ashley Biden's diary, all right? And let's take a step back, by the way. Ashley Biden's diary, because it's something, obviously, they don't want to talk about. But if you do talk about it, they want to put you in jail. So, very interesting, that, right? Let's take a step back and just establish something about Joe Biden as a person. Joe Biden as a person is a deeply, deeply creepy individual, okay? This is from the Secret Service. An article written in U.S. News and World Report, also written in NBC News, CNN, Politico. This is an article you can find everywhere. This article is from 2014, before the full protection mechanisms were put in place and guardrails and bumper cars about Joe Biden. And you can't now criticize Joe Biden for anything. But back when you could criticize, and we had a relatively more free press and wasn't completely wholly owned by the Praetorian Guard protecting Joe Biden, you got articles like this. Biden swims naked, upsetting female Secret Service agents, and now those Secret Service agents are talking for a book. Wow. What's this about? Vice President Joe Biden enjoys swimming without a bathing suit. Biden, who's flirting with a run for president in 2016, kind of shows you how old this reporting is, gives Secret Service agents an eyeful at his Delaware home and his vice president's official residence in D.C., according to a new book. The book relies on named and unnamed sources from the Secret Service. Okay, so that's our reporting here. All right, question, everyone says, oh, they made up sources, or you can't trust those sources. Okay, here's your Secret Service, okay? This is your source. The sources describe how Joe Biden, in his official vice president's home, which is the official home of the vice president, called One Observatory Circle in Washington, D.C. You've probably seen it, probably seen photos of it. Big, giant gates around it, right? It's on a naval base. Would run around naked in front of his Secret Service. Agents say, whether the vice president's residence or in his home in Delaware, Biden has a habit of swimming in the pool completely nude. Female Secret Service agents find that offensive. So Joe Biden's just like running around with his tallywhacker out in front of female Secret Service agents. What a creep. Like, this is a little bit before the Me Too movement, right? Harvey Weinstein was still producing videos. Harvey Weinstein was going to the White House left and right during the Obama era. But this is what Joe Biden was doing. So Joe Biden's a creep. Can we establish that? Joe Biden's like a perverted creep. There's no other way to explain this. Who cares what movement it was? This was wrong in 2014, it'd be wrong now. Biden likes to be revered as Everyday Joe, unnamed agent told the author of the book. But in reality, no agents want to go in his detail because Biden makes their lives so tough. In addition to skinny dipping, agents reportedly irritated by the frequent last-minute trips to Delaware. Well, that's pretty interesting, something that plays out. A Biden spokesman told would not address the claims on the record. A spokesperson for the Secret Service did not immediately respond to a request. And obviously, this book was written by an award-winning journalist who had obviously great sources. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So Joe Biden is a deeply creepy person. All right, so let's establish that. Now, let's move on to Ashley Biden's diary. And I think the best reporting done on Ashley Biden's diary was done by Tucker Carlson. Tucker on the new Biden allegations. If that's not child molestation, well, it's enough to justify a police visit. This is Tucker Carlson talking about the diary of Ashley Biden, which has been confirmed as real by everyone, including Ashley Biden, and a recorded phone call. I'll play it for you in just a moment. But what the contents of that diary include are some other very creepy allegations about Joe Biden. Let's listen.
Here, once again, are the words from Ashley Biden's diary. Quote, "I have always been boy crazy," she wrote, "hypersexualized at a young age. I remember somewhat being sexualized with a family member. I remember having sex with friends at a young age. Showers with my dad, probably not appropriate. So Ashley Biden wrote this in the context of her struggle with sexual compulsiveness in later life. And she attributes those compulsions to the fact that her father took showers with her in a way that was, quote, not appropriate. Now, we have no reason to doubt that what she wrote is true. She did not write this for public consumption. She wrote it in a diary that, as you just heard, she accidentally left behind in a halfway house in Palm Beach, Florida in June of 2020 during the presidential race. The woman who took the room that she left, a single mother, found that diary under the bed. Now, if you are the father of daughters, ask yourself, is there any explanation for that behavior that is justifiable? And there's not. It's sick and it's horrifying. Now, Ashley Biden doesn't say how old she was at the time she showered with her father, but obviously she was old enough to remember doing it. And by the way, little kids don't take showers, they take baths. Inappropriate showering with your own daughter? If that's not child molestation, it is definitely close enough to justify a police visit. But the police have not visited Joe Biden. They're not investigating this. Instead, the FBI is breaking into the homes of journalists who brought it to public attention. And now, according to the Daily Mail, again, you just heard this, the feds are investigating a woman called Amy Harris, who had the misfortune of finding the diary. To be clear, none of these people committed crimes, certainly not federal crimes, and yet they are being harassed. And
So what's in the diary? You just heard Tucker Carlson talk about it there. There are the literal images in Ashley Biden's hand describing what happened. Did Ashley Biden shower with her father? Here's the evidence. Here is the literal evidence. This is the literal photograph of the diary. Was I molested, she says? I think so. She's talking about the trauma. She was Ashley Biden, much like a lot of the Biden kids, had a rough life of addiction and abandonment by her cretinous parents who abandoned their own grandchildren. I mean, what kind of a person abandons their own grandchildren, right? Sick bastards. Joe Biden's a sick bastard, man. Joe Biden commits stolen valor by telling everybody that his son died in Iraq. Last thing I want to do is go at the guy for like the personal tragedy of his son, losing his son. I could not imagine. No parent should ever have to go through that. Sucks, okay? That's not the point. The point is that Joe Biden tries to score political points by lying about his son's death, which is so demonic. Like, lies about it. Anyway, I digress. Here's the actual pages, right? At a young age, showers with my dad, probably inappropriate, she says. Okay? Not only is her diary out there, like Ashley Biden herself straight up admits in a phone call that this is real.
This is she. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I just wanted, so I heard you have a few of my belongings, and so I was going to ask if you could please meet my friend, Eric, who is down in Delray, if you could meet him and get this up to him.
There's a diary here. It starts in January. It says, January at the end of a New York month, I'm sitting on a bed at the I building.
Yeah, so if you could just give everything that you have to Eric, that would be really great. I
don't want to give this to the wrong person. I mean, I want to make sure
at this point, and I don't mean to. I don't want to have to get Secret Service involved in this, right? Because it's a whole process.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I am Ashley Biden. It is my stuff. So if you could just give all of that over, I would really appreciate it. I know you sent a picture to my husband with a camera and
mm-hmm.
a few other things that are mine as well. So that would be really great. Where is a good place for him to meet you?
So this is Ashley Biden confirming that it's real. So this is Ashley Biden confirming this is her stuff. Now, the line, however, out of the press and out of the White House has been this is all fake. And now this is real. James O'Keefe from Project Veritas underwent multiple FBI raids, actually, to go and, like, do what? For the life of me, I don't actually know. This diary belonged to Donald Trump. Do you think they'd be doing the same thing? Do you think they'd be prosecuting and saying that the person who found it deserves jail time? This from seconds ago, ladies and gentlemen, which is what's prompting this read in this story. DOJ demands prison time for Ashley Biden diary thief. What the hell? Is it thief? Like, what do you mean? Like, Ashley Biden's the person who was in rehab and was, I guess, not of sound mind and left all of her stuff there. And she just admitted it was her stuff. The Justice Department on Tuesday asked New York district judge who sentenced a woman who stole Ashley Biden's diary to 10 months in prison. Prosecutors, the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York, initially sought a sentence of 6 months home confinement, followed by 3 years of supervised release, who pleaded guilty in August 2022 of conspiring to commit interstate transportation of stolen property in connection with diary theft. Harris has requested that her sentencing hearing be moved 12 times, according to prosecutors who argued that her excuse is effort to improperly delay the punishment for a stiffer sentence. The defendant's sentence must also account for the manner in which she's been abused in administration of justice through the pendency of the court proceedings. So the court is now asking for nearly a year in prison for somebody who came across the first daughter's diary, tax records, private family photographs, and her cell phone on September 20th during a stay at a home in Delray Beach, Florida, where President daughter had been living. According to the DOJ, the diary had highly personal entries. After stealing Ashley Biden's property, Harris recruited co-defendants to help sell it, the government said, knowing that it belonged to an immediate family member of them, former government and national office. This is what I think is insane about all of this. Is that, like, didn't they take down Nixon with secret recordings? Like, I don't understand this. Isn't this how journalism is done? Like, isn't this how journalism is? Like, every TMZ video? Like, isn't it a TMZ video? Like, they putting these people in prison, right? You film or record Kanye, or you find something in LA, Kim Kardashian's, and then it winds up on TMZ, and they putting all those people in jail? I don't get this. They lied about it, like, and also, if this isn't real, if these aren't real, then why are you putting someone in prison for it? Right? A lot of women have like fake diamonds and stuff, and then they have real diamonds, okay? In the jewelry box. Somebody goes and steals your fake diamonds, are you really that upset about it? But if they steal your real diamonds, you're obviously, you're file a police report, right? And you're going to want that person to go to jail, which is exactly what DOJ is demanding prison time for the person who discovered Ashley Biden's diary. All right. Many people are claiming that she didn't write the diary and it doesn't belong to her. So why is the DOJ going after the person who stole the diary? I don't know. DOJ handled petty theft. Right. Why is the DOJ handling this? This means the diary is real, and what she said about Joe is real. Thanks, DOJ, for confirming. 2 people pleaded guilty of federal charges for stealing and revealing Ashley Biden's diary and selling it to Project Veritas. Now face up to 5 years in jail. This, for the life of me, I do not understand it. For the life of me, I don't get it. Listen, man, I've been in the media space for a really long time. This is literally common media practice. Like, these people go, a source, just a good example, take a step back. The FBI offered $1 million to anyone who could corroborate the Steele dossier. $1 million if you could corroborate any bad information on Donald Trump. The FBI was going to pay. Isn't that the same thing? So you have some type of, so presumably you'd have some type of like personal secret information about Donald Trump. Then the FBI, our own federal government, would pay you for that. And then you get paid for the secret information on Donald Trump. And it makes Donald Trump look bad or whatever. How is that not the same thing? This I cannot understand. This is Amy Harris. Harris came across Ashley Biden's diary, Florida home, made it public. Diary Ashley reveals that Joe Biden forced to take inappropriate showers with her. I mean, those are her words, right? After denying the existence of the diary and then claiming it was a fabrication, just as they did with Hunter Biden's laptop, the DOJ is now seeking prison time for the Bidens. I don't know how much I know this. They didn't go after the diary lady for lying, which means the whole thing is real. Joe Biden is a predator, right? And that's kind of like something, and here's Joe Biden at the White House just a day ago. Look at this poor girl. The kids always know, man. Look at the girl. She like runs away from Biden and then she screamed in his face. Kids always know. The kids always know. Joe Biden is a dirty old creep. Joe Biden's always been a creep. Doesn't matter like what, take all politics out of it. Here's the Secret Service saying Joe Biden is a creep, right? Yeah. So what happens to people that speak the truth inside of a nation run by oligarchs and evil people? They get punished. So the people speaking the truth are the ones punished here. That's what's happening. Somebody revealed the truth and they were punished for revealing the truth. The truth is the lie. Remarkable. Totally evil. Ladies and gentlemen, we speak truth on this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe for more truth, to amplify the truth. It's your boy Benny. See ya.